But Aaron, first and foremost, mate, how are you?
Yeah, no, big up, mate. Like I said, Santatel told me backstage that we'd got the Gyokeres. Here we go. I was too busy doing daddy duties today, so I actually didn't realise. So yeah, Tel's bringing the presents, man. I just hope more's gonna come. But other than that, yeah, big up to you, brother. And big up to the chat. Hope you're all good.
Yeah, look, it's done and it's dusted in terms of the deal. You've still got to get the medical and the formalities out the way. But Gyokeres is going to be an Arsenal player. How excited are you to see probably the most prolific striker? LB is just joining us now, people. Yes, bro. Welcome back, my G.
Big up, brother.
How are you feeling, Aaron? Because you've just gone and probably signed the most prolific striker, the prolific goal scorer that's available to Arsenal in the world. You were never going to get Mbappe. You were never going to get Erling Haaland. But you've gone out there and landed Gyokeres today. The deal is formal. You must be very excited about what he is going to bring to Arsenal.
Oh yeah, listen, absolutely. Like you said, when you're looking at available players out there weren't anyone available. We were never going to get Isak. I'd have loved Isak, but look, we've gone and got Gyokeres, and you can't really fault the club. I'd have preferred it a little bit sooner, but look, I suppose if you want to go technically, it was there just before our first game in pre-season. I'll allow it. It is what it is. But he's in the door. You know, he's going to get that pre-season in terms of games. He's going to meet up with his mates, learn about the manager. That's what pre-season is all about, bearing in mind. And yeah, I just like the fact that we've gone out there and got someone. Do you know what I mean? He's surely the most sought after striker that's available, especially to Arsenal Football Club. And we've gone and got him. So I'm absolutely buzzing with it. I just hope, he can translate some of that form in terms of output into the Premier League. I've got no doubt that he'll do there or thereabouts. I'm not expecting Sporting Lisbon numbers because they're astronomical. If we can translate that into the Premier League, I mean, we'll be very, very dangerous next season. If he can do 70% of that, I'll be absolutely buzzing. But look, in the transfer in its isolation, I'm double buzzing with it. It's what Arsenal Football Club have needed for a very, very, very long time. We've needed a striker, and I'm just sort of glad we're not signing someone that's a midfielder, i.e. like a Kai Havertz, and then flogging him up there, or a right winger like Jesus, and then just putting him up there. We've actually gone and got an out-and-out number 9 for the first time in probably a very long time, and absolutely the first time under Mikel Arteta's reign. It'd be interesting to see how we're going to go about tactically now that he's here, because I don't think we can play the same tactics with him in the team as last season. So it'd be interesting to see what Mikel Arteta's got up his sleeve in terms of changing things a little bit more tactically. I hope more attacking, because I think we'll absolutely benefit from that. Another left winger would be absolutely fantastic to go towards for that attack. But look, we already knew sort of Saka, right wing, was there or thereabouts done. You know what I mean? He's our boy. We've got Gyokeres up front now. We're just looking for that last 33%. I'd love it to be Rodrigo. Maybe we'll talk about that. I don't know. But at the minute, our attack's looking tenfold better. It'll be our 5th signing of the summer. And to be fair, he's really the only signing that we've made so far this summer that's actually a massive improvement. That's no huge disrespect to what we've already signed. A backup goalkeeper, it is what it is. Norgard, a replacement, it is what it is. We've had obviously Zubamendi. I hope he comes in and does great. But he's a direct, real replacement for an outgoing in terms of Thomas Partey. Madueke, is he going to start at the left wing? Is he going to start as a backup to Saka? Who knows? But Gyokeres just came in and is a clear outright improvement to what we've got, and really the only outright improvement than what we've got. He's tenfold better than Kai Havertz and Gabriel Jesus combined. Let's just get that right. So yeah, listen, you told me earlier, look, we can smile as Arsenal fans. Look, we're not all cold, heartless mofos. You know what I mean? We can have a little bit of warmth in our heart, and I'm buzzing with the news today, Tel. It's been a long time coming, but I think Arsenal will be better for it. I just don't want us to stop. That's the important thing. I just don't want us to stop there and go, there you go, Arsenal fans. You've got your striker, job done. Now we're closing the transfer market. I want us to keep on going, act like a big club. Go and get an Eze. Go and get a Rodrigo. Go and really put a statement out to the Premier League that, do you know what? Arsenal are finished with finishing second. Try and go get that first place. And that's how you're going to do it. Show your ambition. Go get another Gyokeres on the left wing. Go get another Gyokeres at number 10. Do you understand what I'm saying? Go best in business. And that could be an Eze. It could be a Rodrigo. Look at Arsenal's forward line before I stop waffling and bring LB in. Look at the Arsenal's forward line. If we have Gyokeres up top, if we have Rodrigo on the left and Bukayo Saka on the right, all of a sudden you're looking at that team and you're thinking, "Fuck me, that's half decent." Yeah. That's not that bad at all. All of a sudden, Man City and Liverpool fans are thinking, "Okay, Arsenal might be here this season. All right." And then you've got a little bit of Eze behind them. Zubimendi, hope he does well. That's what it's all about. The defense speaks for itself. It's pretty good. That's all I want as an Arsenal fan. Sign the best available players as you can, and then let's go. But we need to do more for that to happen. That's for sure. But overall, I'm buzzing with the Gyokeres deal. I'm not going to lie.
LB, I know you're someone that for a long time has said Arsenal have got to make some statement signings. They need that goal scorer. This is it, surely.
Yeah, absolutely. I was when they were linked with Sesko, I was giving Arsenal a lot of stick, and rightly so, because Sesko was not the guy, man. Yeah. He wasn't the guy. And you know listen, you got to accept that at the moment there's not that many great strikers around the world, right? We spoke about this in the past. Yeah, you go back 10, 15 years ago, you look at the strikers around the world, mate, unbelievable strikers. Now we're talking about players like Gyokeres and Sesko going for big cash. What could Arsenal do? I mean, there's not that many strikers out there that could go for. You know, they obviously weren't going to get Isak. You know, they're not going to pay 140 mil, whatever, to get him out. So this guy's the next best for me. Well, actually, I thought Osimhen was the next best personally, but listen, no one wants to go near him for some reason. At the end of the day, yeah, Arsenal fans, and not just Arsenal fans, everyone's been saying Arsenal need a goal scorer. We've been saying that for years. Yeah, we've been saying Arsenal need a goal scorer for years, but they've gone and got one. They've gone and got Gyokeres. I think the price that they're paying looks like a pretty good price as well. Do you know what I mean? I think it's 63 million euros, which is, I think, quite cheap, really. Consider how many goals he scored last year. I mean, he's got 39 goals in the league alone. Last year, he got 29 the year before. I'm looking at that. The year before that, he got 21 in the championship. He got 17 the year before. He scored goals for the national team when he plays for Sweden, 15 and 26. So at the end of the day, I think this ticks all the boxes. The question will be, does the way Arteta sets the team up get the best out of him and get the goals out of him? That's the question that we're going to see now. But to be honest, that's up to Arteta to do, and I think everyone will agree with that. Even the people who defend Arteta with their life will be like, Arteta's got to get the best out of him now, because if this guy walks in the door, having come off the back of 39 goals in the league, 29, 21 and 17, and then struggles to deliver the goals, I think people are going to be like, hang on a minute, that's a bit weird. You know what I mean? What's going on here? So I think it's a great signing. I think is what it keeps their title dreams alive, because if they would have got Sesko, nah, mate. So you ain't winning the Premier League with Sesko. You ain't winning the Champions League. I think this is a great signing. They do need more. Yeah, we spoke about this in the past. They do need a left winger. They need to upgrade that position as well. We spoke about this last week, actually, I think, didn't we, Aaron? They need a backup for Saka and that. But yeah, that fair play to him, man. I like the signings that they've made. I think someone made a great signing. Yeah, we spoke about the fact I think he's a downgrade on Partey, but that Partey's gone. He's come in, great signing. I think he's a top player. I wanted him at City. Gyokeres top signing. I think Kepa as a backup goalkeeper, actually, been one of the few people that actually think that's a good deal. 5 million quid, loads of experience, backup goalkeeper. Norgard will come in and do the minutes. It's that left wing position and then Saka cover, because they can't keep spamming Saka out every single game. Yeah, they've got to find a solution to be able to say, right, we need to rest him for this game. He can't play 38 games and then play every Champions League game. So yeah, no, I think they're having a good window, but it can't stop here. They've got to continue, man. They've got to keep pressing and get that left winger in. And it's got to be another level raiser. You know, Arsenal haven't won the Premier League for 20 odd years. They've never won the Champions League in the history. They can't just go, oh, we got Zubimendi and Gyokeres sorted. So they got to keep pushing, man. But I actually think that it's fucking sick signing, mate. I can't lie.
Yeah, I'm very similar. I don't think they should stop now either. I think if they end up stopping now, I think that they leave themselves maybe a little bit short. There's no doubt about that. Will, thank you for encouraging everybody to get the like button hit, by the way. Get that done, please, people. I think it's a transformative piece of business, because I think you're spot on, LB. There are very few available strikers in the world that are better than him. And everyone's, there's the whole Portugal thing. Can he do it here in the Prem? I hear people go, yeah, but scores quite a lot of penalties. I mean, Arsenal would have knocked Man United out of the FA Cup last year if it weren't for penalties. If Saka buries that penalty 2 years ago in the title race against West Ham, they might have won the fucking league. Suddenly, scoring penalties isn't important. That's the one thing I don't like about the analysis around Gyokeres, is people are clutching at straws to find something bad to say. Maybe he won't work out. And all three of us will sit there and have to eat our hats and go, actually, he wasn't as good as people or we initially thought. But overall, he is a transformative signing. He scores a shed load of goals. He's physically built for the Premier League. He's technically good on the ball as well. I'm not making any claims that he's R9, but he's not Lukaku. He's not Rasmus Højlund on the ball. Overall, he's phenomenal. I also think there was this fear amongst Arsenal fans of, oh, Arteta's going to rule the roost still. Berta's going to have no power. Arteta's going to get everything he wants. Berta's not going to have any control. And this is the signing that disproves that. So it's something Arsenal fans can drop. It's something Arsenal fans don't have to complain about or debate or worry about anymore, because the record has been set straight that Berta has, at the very least, influence. At the very least, can assert himself. And I think it shuts down one of those conversations. And I think it also means you can move on to focusing on, well, what are we going to achieve as a club, as opposed to, does the manager even have the right tools to achieve? Because you do. You may not have enough today in everybody's eyes to win the league, but you certainly have enough to win trophies. You've bought enough to win trophies. You've got a goal scorer that, again, if you had Gyokeres against Newcastle in the semi-finals last year, does he take the chances Kai Havertz missed? Yes. If he would have played in some, in that game against PSG, some of those chances that fell to your attackers, would a striker like Gyokeres have done better? In my opinion, yes. So he's someone that can move that for Arsenal. As well, it hasn't been £55 million as well. I think it's a bit of a steal. I don't think it's that expensive for a prolific striker either. So good business from a financial standpoint. I agree with you. Can't stop. They've got to keep buying. They've got to keep going in this transfer window. But overall, I think Arsenal fans should just feel amazing this news today, because I certainly would. I've got him so badly at Man United. Have I frozen? Can you guys see me?
A little bit, yeah,
Okay,
but
I'm
making
back
sense
now.
of pretty much what you're making, but yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. I just quickly,